Oh, here's Vivek Ramaswamy and Ann Coulter.
And that's why I brought on today somebody who I think has some thoughtful perspectives on the future direction of our country, of our conservative movement, and on this question of nationalism and national identity, somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time and have interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having at least a live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours. So I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things.
Truly a horrific person. Like, subtle racism? You think that was subtle? Bro, she basically took the long way of saying the N-word. It would have been more efficient if she just said the N-word with a hard R. Let's run it back.
And articulate, and I guess I can call you of yours. So I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you. Because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
She definitely didn't pass the nobody test, first of all. Ann Coulter has publicly dated black men. Ann Coulter also publicly dated an Indian man, Dinesh D'Souza. So did Kellyanne Conway, by the way. They were both in college together at, I believe it was Cornell? Yes, that's right. Ann Coulter dated Dinesh D'Souza. Or Dartmouth, not Cornell, sorry. I think it was Dartmouth. Was it Dartmouth? Anyway, now you might be thinking, damn, son, Ann Coulter, the Hitler particles are through the roof here. What the hell's going on? Or you might even say, damn, son, remember when Hasanabi Parker smoked you on Fox's local access, local Fox News channel in Los Angeles? He smoked you so hard and he called you an old so hard that you couldn't even look at him in the face. To which I would say, yes, I did do that. The old heads remember. But last but not least, one thing I wouldn't say is what this asshole said about this racist take that she had. Here's what he had to say.
And that's why I brought on.
Ann Coulter told me flat out to my face that she couldn't vote for me because you're an Indian, even though she agreed with me more than most other candidates. I disagree with her, but respect she has the guts to speak her mind. It was a riveting hour. The Truth Podcast is back. Yep, here it is.
And what a great panel we have this week.
Finally fulfill his #1 campaign promise, but to keep going through this every 2 months for the rest of our lives, and he's not going to be president forever. This is why we need a wall. Until then, I mean, sending troops to the border, which he says he's going to do, it sounds tough, but it isn't doing anything. The military, they're all just, handing out here's how you sign up for welfare. They're not stopping them there. That's why we want a wall.
So, Hasan, is building a wall the solution?
No, absolutely not. Also, what difference does it make whether we build a wall or not? These are legal asylum seekers coming in the caravan. It's not like these people are coming to cross the border or jump over the Mexican border. I feel like if they were trying to sneak into the country, they'd probably be doing a better job and not come in such high numbers coming in after escaping violence in their countries. And then on top of that, this notion that Ann is snuck in, they have welfare checks waiting for them at the border is also preposterous. It's proven over and over again that immigrants contribute far more than they take to the U.S. economy. And I think there was 1,436 economists from all different backgrounds that wrote an open letter to Donald Trump advising him that immigration is a net benefit. It's virtually every single economist agrees on this.
And
Well, none of these are asylum cases, or they'd stop in the first country they get to. The idea of asylum is something like there's a Holocaust, there's a potato famine. No, this is how these people always live, which is why
Holocaust.
all of different countries want to come to, the biggest welfare state in the world. That is the United States, and get welfare checks. And you got economists to sign a letter. Dumping poor people on America is not making us better. They are far more likely to be receiving welfare, and that's just your average illegal immigrant, and immigrant are way higher to be accepting government assistance than American.
How would they accept government assistance?
Applicants don't have to wait at all. They instantly get given food, housing, everything, but they aren't asylum cases. These aren't people fleeing one corrupt, I'm trying to kill you. Otherwise, they'd get to Mexico and say, "Phew, home free, I'm in Mexico." No, they want to come to the biggest welfare state in the world.
I mean, the American welfare state might be big in totality as far as our population goes, but it's definitely not as encompassing as plenty of other European nations. But that's besides the point. You mentioned welfare. Can you describe to me specifically how undocumented citizens take advantage of our robust welfare state?
They can't walk to Sweden. They can walk to this country.
No, but you're not answering my question.
They can also walk to Mexico, and they're not stopping there.
Okay, but you're not answering my question.
Well, you
if they're
say
coming
asylum.
to the US
Asylees are entitled to everything citizens are.
Oh, so now they're
entitled to.
asylum seekers because previously you were using the perspective that they aren't asylum seekers.
No, I am saying they do not qualify. They should not qualify, but they are classified as asylees, as you say, and that's the whole panoply. In fact, they get more than citizens. They have housing built for
undocumented
them.
citizens as a whole, because you have such strong opinions on this, and look, you've been doing this for longer than I've been alive, so I would love to hear your perspective on exactly how undocumented citizens take advantage of our supposedly robust welfare state.
We know they're massively collecting food stamps, health care. It is 100%
Absolutely
true.
not true. The only thing you can say is maybe they're using health care. Yeah,
Okay,
the health care, as far as emergency rooms, approximately is 0.09% of the entire health care budget.
Schools, English as a second language classes. All these schools across America. Oh, sorry, there's going to be no Christmas pageant this year. We had 16 English as a second language classes.
Are you making the assumption that Latin American countries are somehow not Christian and therefore don't want Christmas?
What does this have to do with Christmas? Well, you're not following the argument.
We're going to have to leave it there, but we will have more debate, and we're going to play this song. Why can't we be friends? Because that's.
You brought up Christmas, dumb. Anyway, she's used to the men in her life saying yes, ma'am, and waiting in the corner. Yeah, she literally did not look at me once. Nice old woman burn. I knew I had to get to her somehow. Young Hasan was super hot. Current Hasan has fallen down for sure. I think I look better than I did back then. This is 2018 when I did this. Did you talk to her afterwards? No. A lot of these people, and Coulter wasn't one of them, but a lot of these people like will try to hang out with you after a debate, and I'm just like, I'm always confused because I'm like, bro, I hate you. Like, I think Emma of A Majority Report had talked about this as well with like Tim Pool. Famously, like she went in to the Tim Pool compound to duke it out and actually did a phenomenal job. And then they tried to have her eat like sushi with the boys and skate or whatever and she was like, no. So gross. And like, I don't get it. I think a lot of like liberal commentators and like the Vushas of the world and the Destinies of the world, like they just do it for show. So for them, they're like, yeah, we do the duking out in the marketplace of ideas, and then we have sushi together. And it's like, no, dog, I hate you. What you mean? Like, I absolutely despise everything you stand for. Why the would I spend any moment with you? Did Larry Elder do that to you? No. I don't understand why, like, because like Charlie Kirk back in the day used to DM me to like go get drinks with him and the boys, like straight up. And I was like, what? Like, no. Yeah. During Politicon, when I debated Charlie Kirk, like he asked to go out and get drinks with me and like I think it was like Michael Cernovich too, and I was just like, dude, I would rather myself than do that. He's zesty for that. Thank you. Exactly. And it's because like, and I think it literally is because like they just don't think about it as like anything real. You had to have chilled with Jesse Lee Peterson? No. Does Fox 11 Alex still try to get you on? Yeah, I just don't do it. Like, my first introduction, I mean, not my first introduction, but like what solidified my anger and hatred for the entirety of the media was when I attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Not the actual dinner, but I was in D.C. for that weekend because TYT was throwing an event. And I went to all the events, right? I went to all of the events. I hated it, but I went anyway. And I saw how the room would light up. Every single one of your favorite liberal journalists and correspondents would get so excited to see like Scaramucci or any number of different people, any number of these like different people that they literally yell at on a regular basis. That's why many people with knowledge call DC just ugly Hollywood. They literally have no principles. It is just as fake as Hollywood.
Vivek Ramaswamy has previously said that racism is not a top 50 problem in the United States. Vivek has previously said that racism is often manufactured, and he called on a nation to restore colorblind equality. Vivek Ramaswamy loves downplaying racism, so it must have been a little surprising for him to hear a conservative commentator being directly racist to him on his face. Ann Coulter has recently been one of the more extremist voices in the conservative space. In the 2016 elections, she supported Donald Trump, but now she has turned against the former president after accusing him of betraying his voters by failing to complete the much touted wall along the US-Mexico border to stop the flow of undocumented immigrants. She described Trump as the biggest wimp ever to serve, a gigantic baby, and who can barely speak English. She thinks that Trump won't close the borders and he will push for amnesty, allow anchor babies and sanctuary cities to continue. She thinks the presidential election is worthless and her supporters should concentrate on the House and Senate. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.